Hello there and welcome back to some more Gran Turismo 4. Today we're continuing on with Let's Play. This is episode 5. And today, it's the final time we head over to the license centre for the special licenses. These are essentially one-lap time trials around many courses, some of them more fun than others. We start at Twin Ring Motegi, and apparently we're getting a Honda Civic race car, which is good. I do like. I think this is the Gathers Civic. If I remember rightly, this is a very good car. No traction control, which is good. But view is a little bit skew-whiff on this one. But it does not matter. Ooh, we do handle nicely. We handle very nicely indeed, actually. I don't think this has got all that much in the way of power. I think this only runs... well, I think it's only got, like, the stock amount of power. I think these are 100... If this is the type bar, it's 180 brake. But nevertheless... It basically has race car-like brakes and handling, but in a sort of controllable low-speed package, which is quite nice, it must be said. It's been a while since I've driven Twin Ring Motegi in any game as well. I do like Twin Ring Motegi. Sort of, when it's one of those tracks where if I'm not subject to it too much, I really like it. Forza 4 sort of took the piss a bit with this track, because they used it a lot in the career mode for the season play mode, but you know, just sort of driving it now, it feels much nicer because I have not been subject to this track so much. And there's a couple of cheating opportunities on this track, it must be said, certainly, but you know, of course, this is a license test. We're still, while these may be one-lap guided runs, we are still very much under license test conditions. We're not allowed to put an amount of wheels on the grass, or you know, go off the track, or smash into a wall, or anything like that. On the plus side, when it comes to these, we have no pace car on track, which is good, because the pace car really messes everything up. So it's nice to not have said pace car be around the track with us. Ooh, gotta remember to stomp on the brakes coming down into this corner, which we are going to do. Lovely jubbly. Good. Closing in on the final corner. Try not to go out wide. Might leave it in third. Yeah. And now we've just got the slow run to the line. Again, not the quickest car in the world, but a pretty fun car to chuck around here, actually. There's definitely some places where I know I can make my time up around there. Although, that being said, that looks like that's going to be a bit of an awkward bastard. It seems like one that's going to be pretty fun for me to keep sort of improving on, but like sort of where the game's telling you to where your braking points are and stuff, it seems a bit weird because the car's got so good at brakes, but not so good at actual like speed or anything like that. Anyways, we are doing this now. Oh boy, we get an even older, well actually no, I think this is a slightly newer alpha than we had for the previous one-lap run of this track. Of course, no pace car to deal with now, so at least I can sort of guess my own braking zones a bit better. Not sure what the suspension of this car is going to be like though. I can't imagine it's going to be riding particularly, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh god. Not going to be riding particularly hard suspension. That corner really creeps up on you. But yes, it's a pretty track. I will give it that. A for effort, an F for actually driving well, because I hate this track. For those of you who don't know, sort of stuck around on the channel for not too long, I should point out I hate racing circuits. Not racing circuits? No, I love racing circuits. I hate city courses. They are the worst because I hate tight, twisty, technical sections. You know, I like my racetracks to be fun, flowing, not, you know, question your sanity difficult. And this one certainly is that. I can easily improve some time through there on my gold run, which I'm going to have to do. Not looking forward to it. It's probably going to take about 4 weeks to actually go ahead and, well, finish off, but there you go. Anyways, we're on a nice downhill section now, which really benefits this car because this car is very slow. Right, if I remember rightly from the Esprit, I'm going to want to brake like here. No, I can be a lot earlier. Or, yeah, a lot later on the brakes through there than I could be in that Esprit, but never mind. Apparently we're getting some wheel spin from this thing. This thing has probably 100 horsepower? I have no idea how much power this would make. It's basically just an Italian MX-5, so probably like 120 maybe? I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to like rack my brains, because I know the Alpha Spider fairly well. Oop. Drop it in second, get some more torque going to the wheels. This isn't going to be a terrible time. Hey, it could have been a lot worse. Again, this is going relatively well up to now, which has me very much worried, because usually I'm terrible at all of the special license. I'm just usually terrible in general, but, you know, maybe I won't be quite as terrible, excuse me, on these courses. Oh, is this the one that's in the wet? No, this is, yeah. Oh, traction control, why? Anyways, we're driving a Saleen S7 on this one. Around Special Stage Route 5, which we haven't actually seen in this game yet. I don't think I've... For some reason, the game doesn't teach you to drive at night, which is odd. You'd think, considering this is sort of a game which prides itself on trying to teach you everything before you actually start driving, or attempt to, you'd think there'd actually be sort of a night section, but no, they haven't actually taught me how to drive at night yet. It's a good thing I know what I'm doing, isn't it? Or rather, I have eyeballs that can clearly see. If I remember rightly, this test is quite fun, because the Saleen's quite a good car, but the actual getting a good time on this one, not so much fun. This one is a bit of an arse to gold, but never mind. We will proceed as normal, smack into the wall a little bit, which I didn't particularly want to do, but there you go. Once brakes, there we go. Yeah, the Saleen, one of the better handling cars in this game, one of the only true supercars in this game as well. I mean, there's this and the Ford GT, and the Zonda, and other than that, for some reason my mind's drawing a blank. There's a couple of retro ones, a couple of classic supercars, but in terms of like all-out supercars, this and the GT are really about it. We are going to get a 128 though, so it isn't terribly bad. Took a couple of those corners wide, but then again the car was sort of forcing itself out wide a little bit. Anyways, moving on to IA4, I think this is, or would be, or should be. Yes, S4, sorry. Coast di Amalafi again. And we get the Stratos for this, which worries me slightly because I don't think this is a particularly great handling car. Or rather, it's mid-engine rear drive, which means twitching is probably going to happen here. But never mind. Also driving a rally car around what technically isn't a rally stage, but whatever. It's in the special conditions hall, so it kind of is. Oh, actually, maybe I'm discounting the Lancia oh god, that's not fun. Maybe I'm discounting the Lancia unfairly. This actually seems to be pretty good. It's better handling than that bloody Peugeot they gave me first time round. I will say that much for it. I'm pleasantly surprised by the way I'm always trying to push the Stratos now to see when it's going to break free, but it seems to be a really rather solid car to drive, which is lovely. Then again, I'm looking at those times, and they seem rather quick. I can't remember what it is for the Peugeot. I think it was like a 240 or something. And I can't imagine this Stratos and me is going to be... Ooh. Especially not if I do something stupid like that. Go away with a couple of wall clunks there. Oh, I remember. This is... Yeah, this is where that guardrail there usually gets me. Yeah, apparently I'm not doing well down this bit, which is a shame because that's usually the bit where I'm quick. Gonna bounce off another wall. And try not to bounce off it again. And try not to wall mash. with the Stratos. Oh, Christ alive. The Stratos is good, but you can indeed crash it, apparently. I don't actually think I lost too much time in that, to be honest with you, because I think I managed to get that spun around pretty darn quickly. Ooh. Not going to spin that around quickly, though. Going off another jump. On the brakes. There we go. Look at the beautiful coast and some slight popping. But ignoring that, it's a beautiful coast. Oh god. I really am pushing it for time, aren't I? Go! Yeah, I know. I mean, it's quite obvious where I went wrong on that one. I probably lost about 4 or 5 seconds on just spinning that round. Yeah, this is not going to be fun. This is going to be no fun. No fun whatsoever. Do you like fun? I hope you don't. I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. Ford GT, Seattle, crap. I hate this. This is dumb. Why does every one of these fucking games have a special license with fucking Fords at fucking Seattle? Right? Mid-engine cars are not good to drive around Seattle. Seattle is not a good course to drive around. It's bullshit. Ah, this one's gonna fucking take me fucking ages to gold because I fucking hate just Seattle. It's a terrible course. Anyways, don't make any adjustment. Brake, second. Ease myself around there. Slightly clap that, but never mind. Oh, sector time isn't as good as it was in the previous attempt, don't really care. As long as the car doesn't go fucking arse backwards for no apparent reason again, I will be okay. I started out this test saying I'm actually kind of surprised how good the Ford GT is to drive. Now I hate it because it just... It doesn't have the usual issues it has in games, i.e. it doesn't really have much in the way of handling. The problem it has in this game is the rear end likes to lead, which isn't particularly fun. Fuck it, go first gear. I'm not going to be able to drag it around that corner. Right, I'm going to be stupidly cautious through this section. Because I don't trust this car. More stupid cautiousness. Final, second to last corner. Right, try not to twat anything that's going to make this car unhappy through here. There we go. And a run towards the line. I mean, it's quicker than I was expecting it to be, but yeah, that's oh dear. I think that's the most attempts I've had at a test on camera since I started doing this, so that's fun. Please be a good track. One that doesn't suck like Seattle. Here's the Ice Arena, hooray! Hyundai, 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 Hyundai at the Ice Arena. Alright. Let's try and get myself used to driving a car on ice and not on shit city circuits. Wish me luck. Don't want to really go drifting around here too much. Gonna end up going drifting though and use the rear end to sort of correct it, but never mind. Apparently this game just wants me to stay in second gear this entire time. I will gladly oblige you, game, because apparently that seems to be the control gear. I think I discussed that in Gran Turismo 3, sort of how first gear just means tail slide. It's probably like the least dramatic ice arena driving you've ever seen in your life, but it doesn't really matter. It is getting us around. Here we go. Gonna bump into literally everything. But it doesn't really matter because that was almost the gold time. If I didn't have that sort of crashy bash at the end, that would have been gold, which is good. Nice to see I'm not as terrible as I thought I was. I'm just going to move this chair closer to my desk because otherwise my back is going to have many issues. I can't take any of my lines around this course apparently. Because, hey, you put all your wheels on the grass. Ugh, fuck off. Right. Anyways, we're driving a stupidly large Mercedes, which usually spells danger. We are going to have to get used to driving this car though, because it shows up later on in a thing. I'm sure many of you know what I'm talking about when I say it does a thing. Yes, I'm going to do it, of course, because you need to do it for 100% completion. No, I'm probably not going to enjoy any moment of it whatsoever. Anyways, as we sort of Kima Matana through there. Listen to the glorious sound of an SLR, which it actually doesn't sound that bad in this game, to be honest with you. It actually sounds fairly close to what it does IRL, I guess. I think they're a bit more growly in real life though. Well, I mean, it's no worse than Need for Speed's noise, this car. Right, try not to cock it up through here too much. Oh, it's this transition that always bugs me. Sort of the transition from that corner to this corner. As we go down the hill. Try not to go off the track, which we didn't. Nice blimp in the air. Right, is this going to be flat out? Do I have the bollocks? I do not have the bollocks. I really don't have the bollocks. I really don't have the bollocks. That was extremely close, but we are across the line. Alright. That one shouldn't be too difficult as long as I can sort of train myself not to do what I usually do on Trial Mountain, i.e. take the curbs a lot harder than you probably should. But it's okay, because that's what you're meant to do. Kind of. Alright, Tokyo R246 to Takata NSX. Let's go. Okay, I think I've got this figured out. There's one set of corners I'm having real massive difficulties with here, because you basically have to retrain your brain on this license test, because you're driving a JGCC car around Tokyo, which is very fun, but there's one corner where this game gets very unhappy, and I need to sort of prepare myself for it mentally. Yeah, I didn't hit that wall that time, unlike the previous couple of times I've done this. Right, I'm going to try and take this like this. Just try and take the wide line. Usually it's better to try and take as shallow a line as possible through there, but it's not working out the last few times I've tried to do that, so we will not do that. I'm going to brush against this wall. Alright, here we go. I'm just going to stay on the throttle. Don't lift, don't lift, don't lift, do not lift, do not lift, do not lift, do not lift. Whoa! Ah. Yeah, that corner, not a lot of fun, gotta be honest. It's fun when you get it right, it gives you a bit of an adrenaline rush, but yeah, as far as actually being a corner on a racetrack, it's not fun to take that. I'm sure you could probably do it if you like just slammed on the anchors and went around it that way, but you know, gotta do it, try and do it as quickly as possible. There we go. And now it's just a run onto the Tokyo Straight, as apparently the traction control light is going the entire time down the straight, which is sort of restricting my straight line performance, which isn't good, but what is good is that isn't a terrible time. Almost got the silver on that one, actually. Will I get a silver on an S license? Probably not. Yeah, don't hold out hope for me, that's what I'm going to say. Anyways, isn't it a coffee break next? Please be a coffee break next. Kind of want something actually fun to do. Hey, coffee break. Right, trying to get a participation medal on this one. I actually want to do well on this one because I find this kind of fun. In a strange way. I have no idea why I only find this coffee break fun. Like, the rest of them are kind of cool. But, like, this coffee break is the one that I have the most interest in doing well on, apparently. There we go. I did hit those cones. Right, gotta chuck it in reverse and go down this bit here. And spin the car around. Come this way. Handbrake. Because I'm going to try and do... Nope, never mind. I was going to try and be crafty. Crafty is not good. Crafty is no bueno. And I think this is the exit, isn't it? Oh, bollocks. I really didn't want to be in the exit at this point, but there you go. This is just the way it goes sometimes. Right. Anyways, now as we go left, hoping this is where the remainder of the cones are. Not following my own advice and covering all exits and whatnot. I think I know where the other two are going to be, if there's two left after this. So we try and creep around and hit literally everything. Right, reverse. Forward. We are just going to get a participation you tried medal, but that's not the point. The point is, there's one more cone to find, which probably means I just missed one. So I would have got a silver there if I didn't miss this one. There we go. I will take that, because that isn't a terrible time. Yeah. That one is actually quite fun, sort of the strategy of it and so on. I might actually... I think that's one of the tests that I sort of do every now and again, sort of when I'm trying to test my brain, and sort of car control and whatnot, so... Yeah. Apparently... I can't... Okay. You just sort of popped in there. Alright, El Capitan, let's go. Ooh, Viper. Ooh, ooh. El Capitan, Viper. I did well in the smart car. Will I do well in the Viper? That's the question. Unfortunately, it's an SRT 10, but it's a Viper, man, so I will take it. I'm gonna oversteer slightly wide. Oversteer, understeer, sorry. Slightly wide onto a nice grassy section. I mean, El Capitan is fun. I'm not particularly good at it, but it is a fun track. I will give it that. Right, do I need to be cautious coming into this corner or not? Or do I want to make the Viper fly? Fly, Viper, fly! Oh, God. Yeah, the fly, Viper, fly to a point. Need to watch this corner, because this corner tightens massively. Oh, the game really wants me to jump on the brakes there, and I don't blame it. For wanting me to jump on the brakes there, because I really needed to. As we're coming down here. Oh no, please don't. There we go. Just managed to get away with that. One wheel on the curb. This bridge tightens up, so I do definitely want to be on the brakes for that. I don't even know what corner this is. The game's freaking out at me though. That's probably why. Because they didn't want me to head face first into that barrier. This was a corner in 4th gear in a Focus. 2nd gear in a Viper. So that's good to note. Alright. Anyways, as we run across there. Try not to make the Viper fly through there. I'd probably take that corner flat out usually because I'm a bit stupid. Alright. Right, run to the line. Come on, Vipper. Come on, Vip Vap. Vap, my Vip. God, I was way off on that one. I thought I was actually quite a lot quicker than I was. But the finish line on that one apparently is one of those weird invisible finish lines. So that's fun. Next license test. Next license test. Let's go to the next license test. Grand Canyon. Okay, Grand Canyon. Stowing on. Let's do this. One of the technical rally courses in the game. Which is a nice way of saying this is going to be one of those tests which is going to be really difficult for me because I am not very good at rallying. Anyways, it is Grand Canyon, which I've spoke about this. I can't remember what part I spoke about this on, but you know, it's the course which basically, like, you seem to think like, oh, Colin McRae, he blasting through the Welsh countryside at 150 miles an hour. This is not that track. This is the actually kind of technical but like real rally track. Also, hey, man who's going to take a picture of the car. Apparently everyone wants to take a picture of me doing a license test just to rub it in and make it even worse. I do like how on this track the people are the barriers. It's interesting. It is, as we spit all sorts of dirt in their face. Because of course that's what you want. Oop, first gear, thank you. Oh, another first gear turn apparently. Yeah, I can see why I wanted first gear for that. I'm gonna want first for this as well, aren't I? as I drift out wide. Tap the wall, but the wall's going to get me back on track. I like how apparently I haven't even completed a mile yet, and this is already taking a minute and a half. When is the mile? There we go. There's a mile. 1:22. So, yeah, Grand Canyon, rather long when it comes to rally courses in this game. There we go. Lovely. Lovely jabbly. Time to do some jumping. Because jumping is fun king. I know. My brain has gone out the window because the special license tests are taking the sweet old time. I'm just sort of worrying about how much of this I'm going to have to edit and all the rest of it. I hate editing. I really hate editing. I think most people who do YouTube hate editing, to be honest with you. I know there's like one or two people who seem to take some perverse joy in editing stuff and making it as good as possible. I'm not one of those people. I wish I was. Because, yeah. Interesting facts, I think you can actually move those barriers with your car, which is kind of cool. I mean, you can't get into like the bit before the ambulance because the ambulance is blocking it, but you can actually like move the little barricades, which is kind of neato. Ooh. God. Power, please. Yes! Hey, this actually might be a good time. Hey, that's not far off gold. Holy shit. Anyways, apparently I'm better driving a Starion around Grand Canyon than I thought I was. Either that or the game is very, very, very lenient on that test. I'm going to say a bit of both. Probably. One lap run. Oh, Christ, it's this test. Right, this test is the bane of my existence. What this is you drive a mid-engine Clio around Opera Paris with the traction control on, and basically that means that this car has about 10 horsepower 90% of the time that you're driving around here. This test is absolute AIDS. But never mind. Oh god, I'm going to get a little bit of slip through there, which is good. A little bit of a slip through there. Alright, we are on decently enough so far, but this is an Opera Paris. This is where stuff can go horrible. This is where stuff can go from okay to horrible in the space of 1 second, as we find out with the Zara. There we go, lovely jubbly. Right. Now, a blast down this straight, which I've got to remember, actually, while that corner doesn't look too bad on the minimap, it actually is a pretty nasty corner at the end of here, which I do actually need to go on the brakes for. There we go. Trust me, that corner's a lot worse than a Peugeot 206. Especially a fully upgraded Peugeot 206, which, yeah, that's the thing that you'll have to endure through later on, so that's fun. God, my time is atrocious. I have no idea how I'm going to be able to gold this one. Holy shit, I don't even think I'm going to be able to bronze it. Go! Please! 142.480. Yeah, not... I hate that. I hate the course, I hate the car, I hate the fact that the traction control's on. Basically. Anyways, next one. Alright, 1 lap time trial around, well, Jesus, what did I call it? Alabama's favourite race course, the Suzuka Japan Circuit. You know, it's in Alabama. In a Nissan 350Z JGTC thing, car. I don't know, took about a 10-minute break, did a few bits and bobs, checked the damage the snowstorm has caused. The answer is none really. The dog likes it, which is good, which is weird when you consider she hates rain but loves snow. It's great. Anyways, I won't ramble about that too much. I like how the times are completely unspecific on this one. Like, most of them's like 159.900. This one's 159.919 is apparently the time that you have to get. How pissed would you be if you got a 155.920 on this? Knowing my luck, I would be the one who finds out how pissed you would be when that happens. So that's usually what happens to me. Anyways, power, speed, number 22. This guy. I have no idea about anything about this car. It's the only 2004 JGTC car to my knowledge in this game, apart from the GT300 RX-7. So I'm assuming this won stuff, maybe? I don't know. I know it's run by the same team that had the Zanavi Nismo GTR, which I think that won in 03, so I don't know my JGTC history particularly well. We had a GT3 video where we went into the history of JGTC, but that was a long time ago. Right, gotta remember to try and get this corner right. Traction control, hopefully it doesn't fuck me, which is good. Didn't. Need to remember to brake a lot later, or a lot earlier on this course than I usually would. Gotta brake at Konami Bridge. Yells Konami Bridge. And as we run towards the line, this was not a very quick lap, apparently. Which is a bit of a shame, but it is a lap. So, I will take it. I will take the bronze. Probably going to be an arse to get the gold on it again, but that's just going to be this license in general. I do think it's probably going to take me about a week or two to finally get my head wrapped around all the silvers and all that bollocks. But no matter, no matter. One lap time trial Infineon Raceway in the Infineon sponsored Audi R8. Okay, Infineon car, Audi. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm sick of saying Infineon circuit, Infineon R8. Every time this restarts, because I keep losing it on really stupid things, which mainly just amount to the fact that I haven't got enough seat time in these cars yet. So, oh well. Also the fact that I've driven Infineon circuit for a long while, because I think you literally only do the B license, B, was it 10 or 15, where you get to drive a PT Cruiser around here. I think that's like literally the only time we've seen this circuit in the license tests, so to drive it again in something that isn't a PT Cruiser, I got gold on the PT Cruiser one lap guided run. Probably not going to get gold on this one. But yes, you can see the driver's helmet and hands at the bottom left of the screen. I don't know if I mentioned it on this tape, but it's something you can do. Try and get through Suzuka S's relatively well. Okay, this is the corner I mucked up before. I'm not taking any chances on this corner. I bet you any money you could actually like flat out that corner if you took it right, but I'm not even remotely trained enough to do that. So I'm not going to. Come on. I would say this was a quick time, but then I actually looked at the actual times required for this. Oh, boysy boy. Right. Get out of there. Domino's trying to be funny. Why do you have to send me messages to my phone? Hey, we're almost done with the S licenses. Thank Christ for that. Because these have been no bueno. These have not been fun. Speaking of not fun, it's the Snowbird Ring in an Audi Peugeot 205 T16. Yes, this is not going to be fun. Right. Also, I need to not do what I did last time and instantly go for the snow on the outside of this bit. I need to not do that. He says that as he hits it. Oh God. There we go. I'm sort of getting this round here. This car's going to handle... Oh God, this car's ridiculously understeering. I don't know if it's just the way this course is by default, or because we haven't actually driven on the tarmac on this course yet, but yeah. The car's hilariously understeery on the actual road, which is not particularly great. And speaking of the road, we have to go back on it again. Right. Now I need to do nothing stupid and end up crashing the car or something like that. Apparently that literally went to 0 miles per hour there, which is not exactly what you want to do in a motor race, even though this isn't a race, but even still. Yes, Snowbird Ring. I hate this place. With a burning passion. Hey, I can clip my arse end on. I know there's a couple of these walls that I can really get away with clipping the arse on, and then there's a couple of others where the game will just instantly destroy you if you even think about hitting the walls, so I do need to be careful in that regard. I should really remember from my time using the Hyundai, don't use first gear, just stick to second gear, because apparently second gear is the one that can actually get you around corners. First gear is just when you want to go drifting, I think. I think that's what I discovered in the Hyundai anyway. Also, the bronze time apparently on this one's the really specific RC time, 2:40.043. It's like on some of these later special licenses, they were just like, got the worst guy in the office to try and have a couple of attempts at it and see what time he could set, and they were just like, set that as the time. I gotta be honest, I thought this course was a lot longer than 2 minutes 40. I actually thought this course was like closer to 4 minutes, but apparently I am wrong there. Oh, first gear. Oh, apparently I can't shift from first to second mid-drift, because the game gets very unhappy. This is definitely going to be a bronze time, isn't it? He says that. He fucking says that. Holy shit. If I didn't mess up that drift, that would have been a... Maybe I'm just really good at snow driving, actually. As much as I apparently don't like the Shimonics course, I must just be ridiculously good at snow driving. So that's an odd fact about me, apparently. Oh. Circuit de la Sarthe. Bentley Speed... Please say on you. Speed 8. I think this is a Speed 8. I can't remember. I think this is the one that's basically an Audi, but not really. Ooh. Apparently this corner's a lot... Oh, God. This is a lot different than it is in Forza. They must have changed that corner in, like, later years. Because I think even in Gran Turismo 5 and 6, that corner isn't like that. That's an odd thing I'm going to have to get used to. Especially considering I'm going to have to drive this course for not one, but 2 24-hour stints at some point. And by 24-hour stints, I mean over the course of about a month of playing, I imagine. I say a month, I don't like leaving my electronics on for like weeks at a time, so what I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably do like 3 8-hour stints in a day or something like that. Or just split it up over a week or, I don't know, something. Brakes, please! Thank you. It's actually surprising myself on how... Again, it's one of these sort of Le Mans cars where you sort of have to think how quick you can actually be in terms of reactions and so on and so forth. I should really use this car for something though. I do quite like the Speed 6. It's interesting. It's also probably one of the better looking of all of the LMP cars. Because it looks nice, basically. It's got... I much prefer my prototype cars to have sort of enclosed cabins over having the open air cabins like the Audi R8 and so on does. I kind of know why, it's just because I think having roofs is... roofline is quite important on a car, in terms of making a car look good, so yeah, naturally, of course, prototypes look better with the roofs on, and to be honest with you, I would much rather drive one that had a roof than one that didn't. I don't really want to drive a Le Mans car in general, just because I think they're absolutely terrifying to drive in games, let alone driving them in real life, but there you go. Basically just big F1 cars. I say big F1 cars, kind of. I mean, in some cases I think F1 cars are slightly more mental, in some cases they're slightly less. What I do know is that time's starting to worry me a bit. 3:36.600. 3:25.400 or just a 3:20 flat? Mind you, I think Rhino managed like a 3:13 when he was doing his endurance races around here. I don't know if that was the one with the chicanes though, or not actually, come to think of it. I know he used the V12 LMR, which is the car we're not going to use because he's a V12 LMR in Forza 1. and I have a plan for what I want to do with the 24-hour endurances, which many people have probably heard before. The thing is, I don't feel like I've got any more surprises for this game, as I've sort of mentioned in previous Let's Plays some of my plans for this. Oh god, I don't know where I am. They've really changed some of these corners in later years, apparently, because, yeah, I do not actually recognise where I am. I also recognise the fact that I apparently drove a bloody awful lap there, but it's enough for a bronze time. I will happily take a bronze, and I know exactly what is coming up next. As we do our final test for the S license. And what a doozy it is. What a doozy it is indeed. It's the Nurburgring. This is not going well. Okay, so to put this, it's hard. It's hard. Okay, the first test I managed to do well. I think that was a luck thing, to be honest with you. But yes, I did manage to get through the first license test relatively okay. The thing that's irritating me about this particular one is the times don't seem too bad. I mean, that gold looks basically impossible to me, and the silver's not too far off. I mean, that gold time is literally, well, only 10 seconds slower than what you have to get with an M6 GR3 in Gran Turismo Sport. But, you know, that's not worrying me. It's just silly little things about this particular test. This car's good. I like this car. I think it drives well. It's just understeery, and it's just understeery in opportune moments. Can I take this flat out? You are just about. I'm sort of worried about that one. The last few attempts of that, I've basically slammed the anchors on for that because this car sort of launches itself up in a bit of a weird way. But yeah, the car just happens to be a little bit understeery, and it's understeer at the most inopportune times possible. Almost flat out for there. Gonna definitely get on the anchors for that. Yeah, the car's a bit of an unknown, just because it handles a little bit strangely from time to time. I don't know if it is traction control messing me up on this one, because the light's going quite a lot, as you can see. It's not really going when I go through corners, though. It's more just sort of on the straights. It's trying to prevent the wheels from spinning. I think this is rear-wheel drive. I wouldn't see why it would be four-wheel drive. I know that most of the other DTMs are four-wheel drive. Your Alpha, what is it? The Alpha 155 and the Vauxhall Calibra. They're four-wheel drive, but I wouldn't imagine this is four-wheel drive, especially considering a road car is very much rear-wheel drive. Yeah, I will say one interesting thing about this is I was watching the old Top Gear episode where they took an S-type diesel around the Nurburgring yesterday. An episode which is quite hard to find these days, apparently. I was watching that, and Jeremy Clarkson said something pretty interesting. He said, you know, if you go around this course, if you want to go quick around this course, if you have a Ferrari Enzo, you can take this course in about 8 minutes. And I sort of laughed because I was just like, 8 minutes? That's like, a Civic Type R does like 8:06 now around the Nürburgring, I think was the official record setting time. I don't think it's got the record anymore, because I think Volkswagen Group did their usual, oh, we can't have anyone beating us thing that Volkswagen loves to do. It's just something the Germans like in general, to be honest with you, but there you go. Hence why they're being arseholes about the Bugatti top speed runs and all the rest of it. But, yeah, it's interesting how sort of far modern technology has come as far as the Nürburgring goes. But yeah, I don't even think the track's the issue with this one, it's just silly little things making this one a little bit more difficult than it probably should be, although this is the furthest I've got so far in this, so I'm sort of holding out hope. I'm definitely only targeting the bronze time. I'm going to try and just limp this car around, because to be honest with you, that's all I really want is the bronze time on this one. So, well, I obviously I want the gold time. I'm going to get the gold time, but as far as like for right now, for the video, I just want to get the bronze and be done with this, so I can go and make food or something instead of playing this. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be playing any more Gran Turismo 4 tonight. Somehow, after this debacle. I think I've been playing this game for about a long time, making these videos. So yeah. Ooh. But thankfully, once the license tests are done, it's only the missions that we've got to do that are sort of finicky-ish, and the missions are very finicky. But other than that, it's just straight on racing, which is nice. I like straight on racing. We got try not to drift it wide. Alright, we're coming up to the part of the Nurburgring that I sort of know. Of course, we'll pass the carousel now, which is nice. I say the bit of the Nurburgring that I sort of know. I mean, I spent a while on the license test at some point, so I kind of don't know where I'm going, but I don't know. I'm hoping, like, a bit, you know, that bit of your brain that sort of locks off potential until you, like, really need it. I'm hoping that sort of comes into play around here. Wow, see what I mean? Car just understeers it in opportune times. I think it's... I think this car's more mechanical grip than downforce, which is strange considering most of the race cars in this game are very much about their downforce and much less about mechanical grip, hence why most JGTC cars will sort of give up on certain corners, especially if you come off the throttle. It's one thing you have to train yourself to do in this game, is to basically, if you're driving most of the race cars, you have to sort of train your brain to just stick your foot in it and try and get on with it, because if you try to brake, if you try to let off the throttle or anything like that, you'll just spin into a wall. It's quite a sort of weird skill to learn. So, yeah, I mean, Forza's decided to replicate that a little bit now as well. Holy shit. I think I might... I don't want to jinx myself, but I think this may be the lap. It certainly is not any of those. Oh, no, please, please, please. Thank you. I so thought it was just going to understeer wide there. I was going to scream. But, nope. Onwards to the final bit. The final thing. Yes, I am recording. Thank fuck for that. That would not have been fun if I wasn't. Just one straight, wait for it. The gold time's gonna pass us by in 1 second. .658. There's still a good couple of corners to go. I don't trust this car at all, so I'm going to be very, very slow through here. There we go. I'm hopefully going to get silver though, which is better than I was expecting. I am indeed going to get the silver on this one. Okay. That's much better than I was expecting, but there we go. Anyways, I'm going to get all gold, and then I will meet you for prize cars. Holy shit, am I glad I never have to do that ever again in my entire life, ever. Jesus Christ. Anyways, this is just awful. For getting all bronze, we get the Mercury Cougar XR7, which is a Ford Mustang. For getting silvers, we are going to be getting a Pontiac Solstice Coupe Concept. This isn't going so well, is it? And finally, for getting all gold in the special license test, you get the Ford Model T Tourer. That wasn't worth it. That just was not worth it at all. But it's done. That's all the license is done. We never have to go through that ever again. What day are we on? Day 190. There you go. 80 out of 80. All the licenses have been achieved, and we have 15 cars in our garage that we're not going to use for the first episodes. Just, I mean, the Cougar's probably good for like a muscle car challenge later on. The Solstice is terrible, and the Taurus, what do you think? Yeah. Anyways, that's finally it for the license tests. We never have to go through that garbage ever again. Next episode, we start getting into the actual episodes that you care about. We're going to be looking at the start of the beginner events. We're going to buy our first car and it's all going to be gravy. Join me for that. Until then, a farewell.